Hello everyone, it's Ayla The Skunk here, also known as Patches The Pachirisu in this channel. I know that I have addressed this topic in the video of confessing everything I did in my Ayla The Skunk channel, but I feel like it's important to also address it here. In addition to that, I want to talk about how I developed the character of Patches and the real reason why I've created her in the first place. Anyways, let's get started. So, back in late June 2019, I found myself in a difficult situation with my old DeviantArt account Dander3. My former friend Sarah, also known as Sarah Does Cartoons or Toony Sarah, I'm just going to call her Sarah for that matter, kept asking me to create art requests of myself and Baldy stopping her bullies and trolls. While I understood that she was going through a tough time and seeking comfort from me, I was not comfortable with those requests. I struggled to find a way to communicate this to her without upsetting her. So I made the decision to leave my old account Dander3 and create a new account called Patches the Squirrel. On this new account, I focused on my Pokemon OC, Patches the Pachirisu, who is a self-insert character based on myself. Everything was going smoothly until one day on Scratch, on my account Cutie Ayla, which has now been terminated due to some actions in August 2020, which I'll address later. Sarah asked me if Patches the Squirrel was my DeviantArt account. I was caught off guard and uncomfortable admitting to it, so I denied it by saying it wasn't my account, but rather my mother's account. But eventually, in August 19th, 2019, I've made the decision to attempt to end my friendship with Sarah completely. However, as I didn't have much experience in handling such delicate situations, and me being quite young around that time, I did not handle the situation in a calm and mature manner. Instead of communicating directly with Sarah and explaining my feelings gently, I created a project on Scratch on my account Starshine Ayla, saying that I was going to leave Scratch indefinitely, and then I secretly proceeded to masquerade as a character that I was currently kinning, which was Chucky from Rugrats, under the name Chucky 2011. After sharing that project, I received countless comments from Sarah pleading with me to come back and expressing her feelings, which I've ignored. This created a difficult and emotionally charged situation that I was not fully prepared to handle. I was still maintaining my Ayla the Skunk and Patches the Pachirisu personas around that time, until one day, on October 25th, 2019, my activity on my YouTube channel, Ayla the Skunk, came to an abrupt end. This was a result of me posting a video about the yeah animation meme with Chloe and Timmy from the Fairly Odd Parents. The video was harmless, but my mom discovered that I've posted it without her consent. She then realized that I have been posting several other videos on the channel that were quite inappropriate, including excessive ranting on users, excessive profanity, and copyrighted material without proper credit and fair use. As a result, I was rightfully punished, and my mom requested my grandma to remove the channel. Instead, my grandma chose to private most of the videos on the channel. After the incident, I had to leave YouTube alone for some time. However, on October 31st, 2019, I decided to create a new channel under the name Patches the Squirrel to continue pursuing my passion for creating videos. Despite the consequences of my previous actions, I opted not to inform my mom or grandma about that new channel. In addition to my experiences on YouTube, my time on Scratch from August 2019 to January 2020 also had its challenges. As I continued to masquerade as Chucky from Rugrats on the platform during this period, a significant event occurred on January 7th, 2020, when Sarah found that account of mine. I felt very uncomfortable with that, and I rudely said to her, "Delete me because I don't like you." That behavior of mine in that situation was disrespectful and uncalled for, even if I was feeling uncomfortable. Following this exchange, I had to remove my Chucky 2011 account and go by as someone else who I was kinning. Helga from Hey Arnold under the username GiggleHelga2006. This change led to Sarah cutting off contact with me completely, signaling the end of our strained relationship. Unfortunately, during my time cosplaying as Helga, I engaged in actions that I shouldn't have been doing. I began harassing Sarah by falsely accusing her of tracing my art and being a copycat for sharing similar interests, such as liking Hey Arnold. But in reality, Sarah was just drawing inspiration from my art rather than copying it directly, a fact that I failed to recognize at that time. In addition to harassing Sarah, I targeted her friend Carly the Cat, or Starshine Carly, I'm just going to call her Carly for the matter, for similar reasons. I created hate content on Scratch, including memes and scenarios mocking Sarah, Carly, and their interests. This included content such as the Gambino meme featuring Sarah, scenarios of Carly failing to ground me, and Leland from Oshitaka Mushrooms muting Baldy. In June of 2020, my frustration with Sarah reached a breaking point, leading me to make a drastic decision. Influenced by a previous incident where Peachy Cub rightfully called 911 on Crystally, I've made the impulsive choice to call 911 on Sarah. During the call, I falsely claimed that she was tracing my art, among other accusations. However, the situation escalated on June 28th when the authorities spoke with my mom about my actions. They explained that it was unacceptable to falsely accuse someone of something they didn't do or tarnish their reputation by involving emergency services in that way. As a result of my actions, my stepfather Mike intervened by removing my Scratch account, GiggleHelga2006. Additionally, I was prohibited from using any social platforms for a fair period of time following that incident. After a period of absence from Scratch following the 911 incident, I returned to the platform in late July of the same year, July 25th. This time, I assumed the persona of Ren from Ren and Stimpy under the username RenHoick1998. Despite the change in identity, I found myself unable to let go of the negative behavior patterns that had plagued my previous interactions with Sarah and Carly. While Sarah had become inactive on Scratch by this time, Carly remained active on the platform, and she was creating several projects featuring her OC Layla as the girlfriend of Ren. Feeling uncomfortable with the situation, I resorted to familiar tactics of harassment and negativity. Instead of addressing my discomfort in a mature manner, I lashed out in Carly's projects, making derogatory comments about Layla and falsely accusing Carly of tracing my art. These actions ultimately led to my ban from Scratch. The platform's moderators rightfully took action against my disruptive behavior and opposed a ban that prevented me from accessing the site. And apparently, I'm not allowed to use that site any further. For all of that, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry for the negative behavior and actions that I've displayed towards my former friends, family, and anyone else affected by my past actions. Looking back, I recognize that the way I behaved was hurtful and inappropriate. At the time, I was young and I've lacked experience in navigating social interactions online. This is not an excuse or justification for my behavior, but rather for my reasoning for why I've acted the way I did. I now understand the impact of my actions and the harm caused by my behavior. As a result, I've decided to take steps to address the consequences of my actions. This includes privating many of my videos on this channel, as well as on my channel, Ayla The Skunk. Additionally, I will no longer maintain my OC Patches, as I reflect on my past actions and strive to make amends for any harm caused. By any chance, it's okay if any of you who are watching this video choose not to forgive me, as there are no words to describe how nasty my actions were to others. And I acknowledge that I have a responsibility to learn from my mistakes, and I'm committed to turning a new leaf and making positive changes in how I interact with others online. Once again, I'm sincerely sorry to those who were affected by my past behavior. I am dedicated to building a more respectful and considerate presence in the online community. Thank you for watching this video. You all deserve a happy life and bright future ahead of you. Take care, everyone.